10 most profitable crops to grow from seeds that nurseries don't tell you about. Have you ever walked through a plant nursery and wondered, why do they only sell the same few vegetables and flowers when there are hundreds of plants out there? Well, here's the truth most nurseries won't tell you. They focus on what sells fast, not what earns best. But today, I'm sharing 10 incredible crops you can grow from seeds right at home. Crops that are highly profitable, beautiful, and in some cases, shockingly rare to find in stores. These are the plants nurseries keep quiet about, because if everyone grew them, they'd lose their edge. So grab your notepad, because by the end of this video, you'll have a list of crops that could quietly turn your garden into a gold mine. And hey, if you love learning about unusual, profitable, or forgotten plants, hit that subscribe button and join our growing gardening family. We've got so many amazing tips coming your way each week. Now, let's begin with one of the most luxurious crops on Earth, one that's worth more per ounce than gold. 1. Saffron Crocus. Meet the saffron crocus, a tiny flower that hides a massive secret. Those 3 red threads inside each blossom, that's saffron, the world's most expensive spice. Each flower produces just a few strands, which is why it takes thousands of blooms to make a single pound. But that's also why saffron sells for up to $5,000 a pound. Now here's the exciting part. You don't need acres of land or fancy equipment to grow it. Saffron thrives in sunny, dry spots and prefers well-drained soil, similar to what you'd use for lavender or rosemary. If you live in USDA zones 6 to 9, parts of the UK's southern coast, or mild regions in Canada, you can absolutely grow it. You plant the bulbs, or corms, in late summer, and by fall, those royal purple blooms appear, each carrying threads that can be hand-harvested, dried, and stored for years. It's a crop of patience and precision, but the reward? Immense. Imagine gifting your own homegrown saffron jars or selling tiny vials online. People pay premium prices for authentic, home-cultivated saffron. And unlike most plants, saffron crocus actually blooms when everything else is dying back for winter, giving your garden a splash of color when you need it most. If saffron is the queen of profitable crops, our next plant is the rugged, underrated cousin. Thorny, tough, but with golden treasure hidden in every berry. Now, this one's for gardeners who love a challenge that pays off. Sea buckthorn is a cold, hardy shrub that can handle snow, wind, and even poor soil. But what it gives in return is nothing short of amazing. Its bright orange berries are packed with vitamin C, omega fatty acids, and antioxidants, a superfood so powerful it's used in skincare, health drinks, and supplements all over the world. Now, yes, some varieties have thorns, which makes harvesting tricky, but the secret most people don't know is that there are thornless varieties available now, like Sunny and Titan, bred specifically for easier picking and better yields. And while it's true that the fresh berry market is limited in places like the US and UK, the real money comes from its oil. Cold-pressed sea buckthorn oil sells for up to $70 per 100 milliliters, used in beauty creams and health supplements. And here's the best part. It's a nitrogen fixer, meaning it improves your soil while it grows, a rare trait among fruiting plants. Once established, it thrives with almost no care, and it's perfect for those of you in zones 3 to 7 or windy coastal areas. So yes, nurseries might skip this one because it's not a quick seller, but for a patient grower, it's a silent earner that builds value over time. And speaking of patience, our next plant takes years to mature, but when it finally does, it can be worth more than a small piece of farmland. If saffron is the luxury spice of the drylands and sea buckthorn the survivor of the cold north, then this next crop is the hidden jewel of the shade, a plant so valuable that most restaurants don't even serve the real version. Let's talk about Wasabi Japonica, the true, authentic wasabi. not the green paste you get at most sushi bars. That's usually just horseradish with green dye. Real wasabi comes from the thick, knobby stem of this beautiful shade-loving plant. It's one of the rarest and most valuable crops in the world, selling for $100 to $150 a pound when fresh. But here's what makes it truly special for gardeners. It's not impossible to grow. Wasabi thrives in cool, moist, shady spots, perfect for those damp corners where most plants struggle. Think beside a pond, under trees, or in a north-facing garden bed with plenty of organic matter. It takes about 18 to 24 months to reach full maturity, but you can harvest the leaves earlier for salads and stir-fries. They have a gentle, peppery flavor and add gourmet appeal to dishes. Here's the secret nurseries never tell you. Wasabi is one of the most profitable small-space crops you can grow, especially if you sell to local chefs or Asian restaurants looking for the real deal. So yes, it takes patience, but it's worth every minute. Now, let's shift from rare roots to something bright, sweet, and surprisingly tropical. A plant that looks like it belongs in Hawaii, but grows just fine in your backyard. 4. Ground cherries, or golden berries. At first glance, ground cherries, also called golden berries, look like tiny lanterns dangling beneath green leaves. But once you peel back that papery husk, you'll find one of the most delicious little fruits you'll ever taste. They have a flavor that's sweet like pineapple, tangy like mango, with a hint of tomato, all rolled into one bite-sized fruit. And the best part? They're incredibly easy to grow from seeds. Plant them just like tomatoes, give them full sun, and they'll reward you with hundreds of golden berries all season. Ground cherries are self-seeding, meaning once you grow them, they'll often return year after year with almost no effort. And here's what most nurseries don't mention. These fruits are gaining serious attention among small market gardeners and home jam makers. They make unique preserves, sauces, and desserts, and because they're still rare in grocery stores, you can sell them at a premium. In farmers markets across the US and Canada, small cartons of ground cherries often sell for $6 to $10 each, and customers love that "I've never tried this before" moment. They're also perfect for container growing, which means even apartment or balcony gardeners can grow them profitably. So if you've ever wanted a fruit crop that's fun, forgiving, and full of charm, ground cherries deserve a spot in your garden. Now, from something sweet and tropical to something fragrant and soothing, our next plant isn't just profitable, it's practically therapy in a leaf. 5. Lemon Verbena. If you've ever brewed a cup of lemon verbena tea, you already know why this plant feels magical. The moment you touch it, the air fills with a bright, clean lemon scent, fresh, calming, and instantly uplifting. And here's what nurseries rarely say. Lemon verbena isn't just a pretty herb. It's one of the most profitable aromatic crops you can grow in a small garden. Its leaves are used in teas, perfumes, soaps, essential oils, and even desserts. Fresh or dried, they sell at high prices because of that pure citrus aroma that no synthetic oil can replicate. In the US and Canada, dried lemon verbena leaves often sell for $30 to $40 per pound, and essential oil can go even more. And unlike many herbs that lose scent when dried, lemon verbena keeps its fragrance beautifully. It grows best in full sun, loves well-drained soil, and can be grown in pots or directly in garden beds. Just remember, it's a tender perennial, so in colder climates, bring it indoors or take cuttings before frost. If you run a small garden shop, craft stand, or sell online, lemon verbena products from tea sachets to infused oils can become your signature touch. It's the kind of crop that connects gardening with relaxation and self-care, something many people over 40 deeply appreciate. And that's the beauty of profitable gardening. It's not just about the money. It's about growing things that bring comfort, beauty, and peace, things you can use, share, or sell with pride. In the next part, we'll explore crops that grow faster, ones that can start earning you money or results within just a few weeks. From a luxury salad green that grows in winter to the secret of making profits from something as simple as tiny seedlings, you won't want to miss it. Now, if you've ever wished you could grow something fresh and green, even during the coldest months of the year, our next crop is one that quietly thrives while others sleep. It doesn't need heat lamps, it doesn't mind the chill, and yet chefs all over Europe pay premium prices for it. 6. Mâche, or lamb's lettuce. This humble little salad green goes by many names: mâche, corn salad, or lamb's lettuce, but whatever you call it, it's one of winter's best-kept secrets. Mâche is native to Europe, where it's been cherished for centuries. It grows beautifully in cool, short-day seasons, making it perfect for autumn and winter gardening in the US, UK, and Canada. Here's why it's special. While lettuces bolt or die in the cold, mâche keeps growing, producing tender, nutty-tasting leaves that are packed with vitamins and omega-3s. Chefs love it because it adds a mild, buttery texture to salads, and it looks elegant on a plate. At farmers markets, fresh mâche often sells for 3 to 4 times the price of regular lettuce. It's also low maintenance. You can direct sow the seeds, cover them lightly, and within 6 to 8 weeks, you'll have full, ready-to-harvest rosettes. It even tolerates light frost, and in milder winters, you can harvest it right through January. It's the kind of crop that quietly keeps your garden productive while others shut down, giving you greens, sales, and satisfaction when most growers are on pause. So if you've ever thought winter was a time to rest your soil, mâche might just change your mind. And speaking of crops that grow fast, our next one isn't just fast, it's lightning fast. This one doesn't take months or even weeks to mature, sometimes just 10 days from start to finish. And yet, it can bring in more profit per square foot than almost any vegetable you've ever planted. 7. Microgreens. If you've ever ordered a fancy salad or seen a vibrant garnish on top of your meal, you've already met microgreens. Tiny seedlings of vegetables and herbs grown for their flavor, color, and nutrients. But here's the exciting part. They're not just beautiful, they're incredibly profitable. You can grow microgreens from common seeds like radish, broccoli, arugula, sunflower, or basil. They sprout quickly, usually in 7 to 14 days, and you harvest them just as the first leaves appear. Because they grow densely in trays, you can cultivate them indoors, year-round, using simple LED grow lights or even a bright window. And when it comes to value, the numbers speak for themselves. A single tray can yield up to $20 to $50 worth of greens, and you can grow dozens at once in a small room or garage. Local restaurants, health-conscious consumers, and smoothie bars love them for their flavor and high nutritional value. They contain up to 40 times more nutrients than mature greens. For gardeners in their 40s, 50s, or 60s, microgreens are a wonderful way to stay active, creative, and even start a small home business without heavy physical work. You don't need farmland, big tools, or expensive soil systems, just trays, seeds, water, and a bit of care. That's why many people call microgreens the gateway crop for profitable gardening. Simple to start, endlessly rewarding, and surprisingly fun. But while microgreens give you quick results, our next crop is all about long-lasting beauty and an aroma that can transform both your garden and your income. 8. Lavender. There's something almost magical about lavender. Its soft purple flowers, silvery leaves, and calming scent make it a universal favorite in perfumes, soaps, oils, teas, and even baked goods. But what nurseries rarely tell you is that lavender is also a powerful profit crop, especially when grown from seed or cuttings at home. Once established, lavender plants are incredibly hardy. They thrive in poor, dry soil, resist pests, and come back year after year, producing blooms that can be harvested, dried, and sold in countless ways. Dried lavender bundles sell for $10 to $20 each, while small bottles of lavender essential oil can go for $15 to $40 depending on purity. Even homemade lavender sachets or bath salts make wonderful gifts or craft fair items with great margins. And here's the best part. Lavender attracts bees, butterflies, and beneficial insects to your garden. It's not just profitable, it's restorative. If you're in the South US, UK, or coastal Canada, choose hardy varieties like Munstead or Hidcote. They handle cooler climates beautifully and fill your garden with that timeless fragrance all summer long. Plus, lavender fields, even small ones, make for beautiful, shareable photos and videos if you're documenting your gardening journey online. It's a crop that earns both money and moments. We've covered quick earners, fragrant herbs, and even a few that could earn you thousands from a single harvest. But these last two? They're special. They're the kind of plants that don't just grow, they keep giving back. Let's start with one that's sweet by nature and sweeter by profit. 9. Stevia. You've probably heard of stevia, the natural sugar alternative that's become a global sensation. But here's something most people don't realize. Stevia isn't just for commercial farms. You can grow it right at home from a single packet of seeds. Each stevia plant produces dozens of sweet leaves that can be used fresh or dried as a zero-calorie sweetener. And the sweetness? It's up to 200 times stronger than sugar. That means just a few leaves can replace spoonfuls of sugar, making it perfect for anyone trying to live healthier. Now, from a profitability standpoint, stevia is a quiet winner. Dried stevia leaves sell for $25 to $40 per pound, and the plants can be harvested several times a year in warm regions or grown in pots indoors during winter. It's easy to grow too. It loves full sun, moderate watering, and well-drained soil. In cooler climates, you can treat it as an annual or bring it indoors before frost hits. What makes stevia truly appealing is its repeat harvest cycle. Unlike most herbs that give one main yield, stevia just keeps growing. You can cut it back, dry the leaves, and within weeks, you'll have fresh new growth again. For home gardeners, that means steady returns and personal savings. You can sweeten your tea, coffee, or baking with leaves from your own backyard instead of store-bought sugar. And in an age where more people are choosing natural products, stevia offers something rare, a crop that's both good for your health and good for your wallet. But our final crop, that's where the true long game begins. It's not fast, it's not flashy, but it's one of the most valuable medicinal plants on Earth. And once you plant it, it quietly grows in the background, storing up value year after year until it's ready to harvest. 10. Gourmet Mushrooms. This is Gourmet Mushrooms, nature's hidden gold mine that's quietly making home growers thousands of dollars each year. Used in luxury restaurants, organic markets, and even wellness products, gourmet mushrooms like oyster, lion's mane, and shiitake are prized for their unique flavors, meaty texture, and health benefits. But beyond their culinary appeal, they're one of the most profitable and fast-returning crops you can grow right from your garage, basement, or backyard shed. Here's the secret. Mushrooms don't need sunlight, acres of land, or years of waiting. They thrive in dark, cool, and humid spaces, the kind of environment that most plants would hate. And with the right setup, you can start harvesting in as little as 3 to 6 weeks.
Fresh gourmet mushrooms sell for anywhere between $10 to $20 per pound, while dried or specialty varieties can fetch up to $40 or more. That means even a small home operation can quickly turn into a reliable side income. But what makes them truly special is how sustainable and regenerative they are. They grow on waste materials like sawdust, straw, or coffee grounds, turning what's usually thrown away into something delicious and valuable. Plus, the spent mushroom substrate can be used as nutrient-rich compost for your garden, creating a perfect closed-loop system. For beginners, oyster mushrooms are the easiest. They grow fast, tolerate a wide range of temperatures, and are almost fail-proof. Once you get comfortable, you can branch out into more exotic types like lion's mane, which is prized for its brain-boosting compounds and fluffy snowball-like appearance. And if you love the idea of passive income from your garden, mushrooms might be the closest thing to it. Low space, low cost, high return.
It's not just a crop, it's a quiet little business growing right under your nose. Whether you're selling to restaurants, local markets, or online, gourmet mushrooms are a reminder that sometimes the most profitable things in nature grow where no one's looking. So there you have it. 10 powerful crops you can grow from seed right in your backyard that most nurseries won't tell you about. From saffron crocus with its golden threads to wasabi, mâche, and microgreens that thrive in shade, winter, or small spaces, to lavender and lemon verbena filling the air with scent and calm, to stevia and ginseng, plants that sweeten both your life and your income. Each of these crops tells a story of patience, discovery, and reward. And the best part? You don't need acres of land or big investments to grow them. Just curiosity, a bit of effort, and a love for plants that do more than look pretty. So as you plan your next season, maybe choose one or two from this list. Experiment. Watch them grow. Because in gardening, as in life, sometimes the most rewarding things are the ones that take a little time and heart. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more practical gardening ideas, rare plant secrets, and tips for growing abundance wherever you are. And tell me in the comments, which one of these crops would you love to try first? Until next time, happy growing, and may your garden always give back more than you plant.